Hey, so it's 3:30 a.m. on the 8th of June 2025. I've been up for the last couple of hours now. Yeah, it just is what it is, right? So I just wanted to show you guys something just in case it helps someone out there. So we're going to go to the other screen. Okay, so we've been showing, I've been working out all my calories and stuff that I've been inputting because I've wanted to work out that I'm definitely in a calorie deficit, okay, because that is really important, and getting my body used to that calorie deficit. Obviously on the 6th it kind of went a bit pear-shaped. Jesus, boy did it. It's amazing what those walnuts do. And yesterday, because I'd already pre-made my yogurt, there was still those in there. If I hadn't had those in there, it would have been down to 1400 again. But even with sweet potatoes with cheese, there's the shocker in it. Absolutely is. So 2 sweet potatoes with a little bit of cheese on it was less calories than 75 grams of walnuts, and that was like two small baked potatoes, like the normal sizes that you get in a bag here in the UK, and they are small, trust me. They're about the size of a tennis ball if you're lucky. So you get 2 of those, and this is it. This is literally it. And you get your protein, and you get your carbs that you need for your brain to work. You know, you get the good fats because it's not bad fats. It just, I mean, the fats, and that's, your brain is like made up of complete fat, right? So total shocker. And I kind of did that on purpose yesterday. I mean, we'd had baked potatoes the day before. I'd made sure I cooked off the entire bag of sweet potatoes. I think we've got 2 jacket potatoes, like potatoes, and the numbers for those are pretty similar actually. So I might do it. I don't know. I haven't really decided yet. Anywho, now the website is get that away. Calculator.net and / calorie calculator. Alright, so that's there. I'll put a link in the description below, but it gets you to put in your age, your gender, because that is actually important, your age, your height, and this is what I got. So to maintain the weight that I'm on is nearly 3,000 calories a day. I don't need that. Alright, it says extreme weight loss is 1,800, which is like, what? Because ours have been like, 13, 14, 11, it's that way. But even on that, even on the worst day, I was still in a deficit. So it's still classed as mild weight loss, which is fine. Okay, so the other thing that it says as well is that as you keep in a low calorie diet, your body will likely adapt to the new lower energy environment, which can lead to a plateau in your progress. Zigzag calorie cycling, also known as the zigzag diet, is a method of calorie consumption that can potentially help you overcome this plateau and get you back on track to meeting your goals. Okay, so basically that means it's okay to have a day or a couple of days where you've got a few more calories than you have been having, okay? Which is fine, and there's nothing wrong with that. Now I'm still having trouble with my hand. It is what it is. I've got my supplements, which are here. Ta-da! All my supplements that need to be taken this morning. This is actually yesterday's. I had a really bad day yesterday. I was not feeling it. I was not in a good place. I was not in a good headspace. I ended up only drinking that much for the day. plus I got my fancy cup out and I've refilled that 3 times, so I actually got my water in, just not as many electrolytes, which I'm not that worried about, because all I have to do is top up this and add another spoon in. I'm not that bothered, right? It's not a big deal. Okay, so I suppose we've started, I may as well continue. Let's put those there so I don't lose them everywhere. Oh my god, they're going to go all over my desk. They're going to go everywhere. Right. Okay, so 8th of June, it is 3:30 a.m. 3:39 a.m. Yeah, and like I said, I'm still having major issues with my thumb. It's not in a good place. I wore my compression glove yesterday that seemed to help a lot, which was good. That was a good thing. Yahoo! Also, all of the fluid has gone from my feet, and my right leg is a lot smaller and less lumpy. Okay, so if your leg is looking a bit red and misshapen and you haven't fallen down 3 flights of stairs, you know, and you're obviously very swollen and stuff like that, the likelihood is it's just fluid, right? Okay, that's what it is. But my legs are actually starting to look like legs, which is kind of cool. I mean, you know, I'm not sure I've had legs for a while now, but I've got legs, not lumpy bits, which is great. Come on, anytime today. Oh, that's low even for me. Or maybe it's not, I don't know. Oh no, it's not too bad. Oh, where are you? 101 over 60, 73 pulse. Right. 101 over 60, 73 pulse. There we go. It's quite low, but see, but it's still high for me, and I know that sounds bizarre. Why? Because normally I'm on 90 over 70 or 90 over 60. That's still a little bit up, but it's not as up as it has been, which means I'm chilling. And whatever what voodoo hoodoo my sister is sending me, please do keep it up, because it's working. It is really working. Right, blood sugars. Oh God. There goes me screwing it up again. I know. Look, I'm only doing this to keep an eye on it, so that the doctors can't go, oh, but you didn't check your blood sugars. Alright, so I'm checking my blood sugars. That's all I'm doing it for. I'm not doing it because I'm diabetic or anything like that. I know that I'm very probably pre-diabetic, if anything. So I have to be very aware of that, very careful of that. But but am I actually diabetic? No, not a chance. No, not yet. Not yet. But there's no point in taking risks either. Do you know what I mean? And if my at rest, oh God, Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to put the tab in, because I've only got a certain amount of time then. Once the tabs... Wait. Thank you. Right. To get the blood in. Oh, Jesus. Oh, that didn't do anything. I think that's because I pulled it away. Okay. Oh, balls. I've got no blood. I got no blood this morning. What is going on? It's not enough. Good God. Gonna have to do it again. Ow, sod. Okay, found the blood. Oh, it's enough, it's going. 5.3. Hang on. That's bang on. Fabulous. Whew. Well, there you go. Ketones still in negative. Still need to sort that out. I'm not fussing too much at the moment on that score. Thank you. Yeah. Alright. Let's get all this done. Oh, Jesus. I've just thrown lancets all over the floor. That's... Oh, we'll just have to pick those up in a bit. So, yeah. Go and check out that calorie thingy if you're worried. Alright? Point is this, okay? The reason that I've done it is this. And I'll be really frank with you here. It is hard giving up the things you love. It's one of the hardest things on the planet to give up the things you love. Okay? You could still have the things you love as long as you're done with your things for the day. As long as you're in a calorie deficit, that's all that matters. I know people that have lost weight eating spring rolls and dim sims. Aussie dim sims. Deep fried dim sims, no less. Yeah, with little gems. Yeah, and gravy, and lost weight. Right? So, it's possible. So, don't let that worry you. Obviously, if you have been diagnosed diabetic, you need to do something about your sugar levels, right? That's fine. But just getting rid of a lot of the sugars is going to do that. Getting your carbohydrates in a different way, in a safer way, is going to do that. You know? I'm not eating any bread. I'm not eating any rice. And I'm not eating any pasta. But I'm still getting my carbohydrates, and I'm getting them through whole foods, which means that they are not a glucose spike because they are whole foods. It's not like drinking a glass of orange juice, which is going to whack you sky high. Do you know what I mean? So be aware of that when you're doing it. Don't freak yourself out over all this stuff. It's not worth it. It really isn't worth it. It's really not worth it. You know, I want you guys to be healthy and happy and what have you. And if there are certain foods that are trigger foods for you, then obviously you're going to have to look at that or find another way. You know, if you look at packets of crisps or chips, doesn't matter what a country you're in, and go, okay, well, once it's open, I have to eat it. So if you get the big adult-sized packets of crisps, which they call share size, which is fair enough because you should be sharing them, let's be honest, you know. But if you're anything like me and you start one of those, then you have to finish it, right? And I do, because it's an open packet. I don't like open packets. It's got to be finished. What I end up doing, and this does help, is I will put that with 2 other flavours in a container, a big box container, so that when I do want something, right, I don't feel like I can eat the whole lot. Why? Because that's a sharing size. To me, that's a sharing size. Okay? And we take bowls out of that. Personal bowls, individual bowl sizes for us. Now that individual bowl might be someone sitting in the middle of the couch with a giant pot. Or it may be just one of us going up to that box and just getting a small bowl and just getting a few bits of this and that, right? So that's what I'm talking about. Making a difference. But still being able to have the things that you like, you know. Now, it's also important to make small changes. It is. It really is. Am I drinking Coke at the moment? No. Have I had any all week? No. Did I cut myself right back? Yes. Am I going to over Christmas? No. I am getting my lemon Coke and I am going to be drinking it. And it will be the full fat variety. Why? Because I want to. I don't have anyone who tells me at that point that I don't have to, but I would like to, and I will probably do that. If you can't have the sugar, then get the 0 one, if that's what you want. If you can have the sweetness, if you're okay with sweetness and you don't have any after effects from sweetness, then go for that. I can't. I have an issue with sweetness where I get a migraine, immediate migraine, literally a mouthful of whatever in whatever, and I end up with a migraine on my back for a week in a dark room for a week. And that's not okay. It's really not okay. So, I mean, like I have migraine anyway. And that's is what it is. But you know, that's one of the trigger foods for me, is any kind of artificial sweetener. Now you can argue with me and go, oh, sucralose is birch sap, and no, it's not. Used to be. But then it went to a laboratory who took out the chemical that made the sweetening agent from the birch sap. They put it through a processing, and now it doesn't even go anywhere near. I can drink birch sap. I can drink birch sap, not a problem. I can also eat stevia leaves or the dried leaves, but I can't have the white powder because, again, it's synthesized. It's not genuinely from that plant. So, yeah. Anywho, that's enough for today, I think. It's Sunday. I'm going to go and do whatever, I don't know. Find a potato after I've had my yogurt. Put some cheese on it. And I will see you guys again tomorrow. Have an awesome one. Bye.